Good morning, everybody, and welcome to What's Real in Real Estate. I'm excited today with having our great guest, Tony Ferriera, old friend, great networker here. We're going to get to Tony in just a minute. First, we're going to talk about some numbers. Again, I am Elie with Signature Real Estate Group, where we talk about what's really happening in the real estate business. And I got to tell you, some of these numbers are just getting worse. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but, we're selling a few less homes, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but our inventory is down to less than 2,200 homes.
Wow.
That's horrible.
Wow.
That's horrible for a town this size. I'll break it down for you. 2,200 are single-family homes. We sold 2,900 in the last 30 days. Townhouses and condos, 470. Manufactured homes, only 35 of those left. But here's an interesting statistic I pulled up. We saw in the last week 483 homes were taken off the market. Don't know why, but even more startling is 524 homes in the last 7 days had price reductions. That's a quarter of the homes reduced their prices. To me, that's saying got too many greedy people out there. They're just trying to, if you want to sell, folks, price it accordingly. No one's going to overpay just because you want to, think you can gouge somebody because the market's hot. If you really want to sell, price your property properly. It will sell. When people keep seeing that you're dropping, what they're thinking is you're desperate, and you don't want that.
That's it.
So, right. So don't even think about price it right. You're going to be good. All right. Those are our numbers. I have no real estate news for you today, but I am excited to tell you we got Tony Ferriera here. Tony is with A&D.
That's it. Yep.
And I've known Tony, got to be over 10 years, 10, 11 years now.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the great networkers in this town, one of the great guys in this town.
I
and
appreciate
if you like my business cards, which most people do, this is where I get them from.
Those are the best.
They're the best. And Tony does a lot more than just business cards. He's a full-fledged printer. He prints out. I just found out our Link magazine he puts together, and he does so many things. So welcome, Tony. Glad to have you, man.
Appreciate it, Elie. I love being on the show, and I'm super excited to shoot it with you for a half hour or so.
Well, fill everybody in who's watching about who you are,
yeah,
where
no
you're
problem.
from.
No problem. My name is Tony Ferriera. I am the owner and CEO of A&D Designs. Originally, I'm from California, just like everybody else, but I moved here in 2006. So I did that jump after that real estate crash we had back then. Came out here, dabbled a little bit, and then started A&D Designs out here, and been doing that ever since. Just went back to my roots of the printing and graphic design business. Still doing that, still running strong. When the pandemic hit, I had the whole Infinity brand in my.
That was huge, man.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, we started an amazing networking group from that. I think we ran 6-7 years as a lunch networking group. I had Infinity Business Magazine, which was really big. Recently, after the pandemic hit, I put that to rest for a little bit, and we'll see what happens. See what happens. It's not dead.
Because I remember going to your lunch, and they were great. But the problem I had was 11:30.
Yeah, exactly.
It just was hard for me to be consistent coming because of 11:30. Tough time.
It is.
But you had a good group.
Yeah. I mean, it went in spurts. There was times where we had huge turnouts, and there was times where we didn't. And with those types of networking groups, they, at least I believe, they have shelf lives, and they just run their course.
No, you're right.
That's why I always give kudos to groups like LaTip and groups like that. Those things, they've lasted forever.
They have, but they've had their ups and downs too.
They have. Yep.
It's hard not to. But I think we initially met through the chamber, didn't we?
I think so. Yeah. It's been a while.
Because I came here I got here in November of 2005.
Okay, so yeah.
And started networking seriously probably in 7, 8, maybe.
It had to be
through.
It had to be through the chamber.
Yeah.
Which is a great organization. Talking
sure
about
is.
networking. I mean, being part of the Las Vegas chamber is just unbelievable. I just recently rejoined again. Again going back to the pandemic when that hit, my membership was up, and business kind of halted there for a year, so no sense rejoining at that time. But just recently I rejoined again, and went to my first event the other night, and that was a great event, and I'm just super excited to get started again.
Yeah, it is a great group. I've met some great people like yourself, and that's one thing I've noticed. most of the people that belong to the chamber are pretty good folks.
Oh, yeah.
I've met a lot of great people, made some great friends.
doubt.
And this is a networking town. You know, when I come from Detroit, you come from L.A. I mean, people have been there for years. Everybody comes from somewhere out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you need to network.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a great ice-breaking question too. Is where are you from? You
Yeah,
know, because
absolutely.
You know, and you know what's great? Every so often, you'll catch somebody say, "Oh, I was born and raised here." I love that.
Yeah, yeah. You know something funny, Tony? When I moved out here, people told me I will never meet anybody, or it will be difficult for me to meet somebody who was born and raised here.
Wow.
Coincidentally, the next door neighbor bought here home, right next door, my age, it wasn't like a kid,
Wow.
born and raised here.
Oh, man, God.
That was kind of rare.
That guy's got some great stories.
Oh my God! And as a kid, started working at what was the one on where the Bellagio is now? That the Dunes or Desert Inn?
I don't.
Whatever it was.
yeah.
Started working there, worked his way up, and when I knew him, he was still he was a what they used to call a pit boss.
Yeah.
They have a different
Wow.
name for it now
Yeah.
at the Wynn. But yeah, local. Now you meet a lot of locals because
Yeah.
people were born here. But yeah, it's a town that if you don't network,
I think it's going to be exciting moving forward with the network, you know, especially with the chamber. I was telling my wife the other night, I just met a bunch of people from California.
Yeah.
So you can tell that you're going to get a lot of new people, which, you know, to be honest with you, Elie, that's exciting.
It is
Because
exciting.
You can mentor those people and you can help them out and you can introduce them to our town because, as you know, it's not an easy town to do business in. You know, you need to know people and you need to be referred.
Right.
And so it could be an exciting time.
and it is a town that if you network, it becomes a very small town.
Absolutely.
You know everybody
Yeah,
before
no
you know
doubt.
it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you'll know all 3 million if you keep going.
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah.
mean, it is amazing. It is.
For
It
a
really
big town, it's a small town.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it really is. Yeah, but yeah, networking is important, and I just there were a lot of groups that used to be around. I used to go to like business after hours.
Business
no,
after
no,
hours?
no,
There's network after
network after hours.
Yeah.
Something- One of those.
They're still, I
Are
think.
See, I don't hear from them anymore.
Yeah.
Rockstar used to do something.
Yeah.
The group Rockstar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it a lot.
Network after work.
Network
hours.
after work. That's what it was
I
called.
think so.
Network after
that
work.
one was pretty big.
It was
for a
huge.
little bit. I mean,
I don't see 'em at
you
all
know,
anymore.
Yeah, I don't get their emails either. So they may have shut down. After,
Yeah,
you know,
it's too
The
bad.
pandemic took out a lot of the smaller organizations. You know, I think during 2020, I think it was very difficult for people who had smaller organizations to reach out for money.
Right.
It was that was a tough situation.
No, you're
So,
right about that.
you know, but hey, we're in 2021, almost 22, so it's time to rock and roll now. Yeah, can you believe it?
I know, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it's time for us to, put down our own, we've got to move forward.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
We
I
have
agree
to
with you.
move forward. You know.
Yeah. The one news story I did see that was a little disheartening this week was that the National Association of Broadcasters canceled their convention here. 100,000 people.
Yeah.
Now, they're going to be here in April, so they canceled their October convention. But
Yeah.
I get it. I guess
Yeah.
I get it. You know, okay,
Yeah.
they don't want to come or if they have to wear masks or all the restrictions. I understand that.
Right.
But listen, look at the Raiders put this edict down.
Life is beautiful.
Life is
happening in a couple
beautiful.
days,
That's right.
so, I
And the
mean,
Raiders, people were complaining that they aren't going to go to the games. Well, they maybe didn't go, but 62,000 other folks
they
went.
did.
They had a hell of a
they did.
time.
Yeah, they did. It rocked.
Now, I'm going to the UNLV game tomorrow. I'm assuming I have to wear a mask. I'll bring it. If I have to wear a mask, I'll wear a mask.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Yeah. I mean, you're better off wearing the mask to get into something than staying home.
Exactly.
I think personally,
And-
because we have to live. We have
right.
to live.
Exactly.
You know?
And I was somewhere just recently. The rule was you had to be eating, so I ate the whole time. So I'll probably eat throughout the whole game.
That's
to
right.
keep my
That's
eat and
right.
drink.
And that's what we did the other night. I mean,
Right,
as long as you got a
exactly.
drink in your hand, I guess.
Yeah, that was the deal.
And
Yeah.
and it is. It's and everybody's got their own thing, and that's fine. Everybody
Yep.
should have their own
That's
thing.
right.
This is America. We should all have our own thing. But don't stop living. That's
You
simple
got-
as
no,
that. You know what I mean?
absolutely, absolutely. All right, let's take a minute. We're going to get to more about Las Vegas and all the great things going on here. But let's talk. You got a new venture going on.
Yeah, I do.
Fill everybody in there. Sounds
I mean,
fantastic.
Yeah, you always gotta keep up and come rolling out with new things to keep things fresh and new and all that good stuff. And just always thinking of ways that we can we can help the community in certain ways. And, you know, again, it goes back to all the connections made through networking and power partners and different things like that, that we started a division called the CEO Matrix.
CEO Matrix.
CEO Matrix. And it's pretty simple. Our tagline is small startup. I can't even think now. Our tagline is small business in a box.
Beautiful.
So starting up small businesses.
That's a challenge for people who want to start a new business. They don't know what to do.
Absolutely.
So if you could present them with the whole format of just how to do it, it makes life a lot easier. And that's what you're doing.
Exactly it. That's exactly it. We'll take them from, you know, sit down with them, kind of get a feel for who they are, what they are, where they need to be. We'll set them up with, if it's an LLC, we'll set them up with the LLC. If it's a corporation, we'll set them up with the corporation, S Corp, whatever they need. We'll get their EIN number. We'll get their state business license, city business license, counties. You know, because the one thing about Las Vegas, if you're doing business in Henderson, you need a Henderson. You know, you've got to have. You know, Clark County's pretty big. But you have the different.
If you're in Las Vegas, you need a Las Vegas business
exactly.
license. I have one. You have to have it.
So I mean, and you know, with real estate, it's huge. There's going to be our thought process, and when I say our, my wife and I, because we're always partners, our thought process is with the pandemic and everything that's going on, we feel we're going to see a lot of new businesses, a lot of entrepreneurs. People that are thinking outside the box. They either were laid off and not called back, or they quit because of this and that, or whatever the case may be. We see a lot of new businesses, and there's a lot of ways to start a business. You know, hey, if you're a wood maker, start making some wood and selling it online or something. You know.
No, that's right. And the most difficult part is knowing what to do. And you're going to guide them through the whole process.
Correct.
So they don't know just where to start or stop. You're going to tell them where to start and stop.
Exactly. And really what it is, you know, it's funny because I always use this analogy is, you know, I can wash my car myself, but I still take it to the car wash and pay to get it done. This is the same thing.
Absolutely.
This is just, you know, helping the person with time. Because when you're starting a business, you need to concentrate on your lease of your office or setting up your home office, finding your clientele. Let us handle all the behind-the-scenes stuff that we've already researched hours and hours and hours and hours on. We get rid of all that research for you. You don't have to do it. So that's what we're doing.
No, that's smart because too many people. I think you're foolish if you think you can be all things to yourself.
Yeah,
you can't do it.
I mean, I even made that mistake.
We all have.
Yeah, all small business owners make that mistake. I mean, we're the janitor. You know, we're everything.
And all the small business owners should do is focus on how to get new business.
That's it.
That's all they should care about. For a long time, I used to process my own deals.
Right.
And I started getting busy and realized this is stupid. I'm saving a few $100 a deal just so I can, you know. So I gave it up to somebody else.
Right.
Let them do it. I paid them the $300, and guess what? My business blew up.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't focusing on what didn't matter.
That's amazing.
And that's what people can do with you. They can focus on what matters. You'll take care of the stuff behind the scenes.
That's it. And there's a lot of things that we're able to do because of the research that we, you know, a lot of times when you start a new business, you don't know that you need all this stuff or that you should.
Right.
I mean, it depends on their size of their business. You know, we're gonna have the small business in a box, and then we're also gonna have a la carte. So it all depends on what they need.
Great.
If they're a little bigger than a home-based business, and let's say they have an employee or two, we can set them up with payroll. We can set them up with their policies, their procedures, their 401k, their, you know, whatever they need. We're going to be able to take care of that startup initial. Boom! Here you go.
Great.
Now go out and rock and roll.
A lot of people don't realize if you have one employee, you've got to have a policy procedure handbook. If you don't, you could get in big trouble.
That's it. It's crazy.
That costs a lot of money if you don't.
I'll tell you what, Elie. I had a lot of meetings, me, myself, and I. Over the years, you know, you have to do it, right?
Yeah.
When you're a corporation, you have to take all those notes and the meeting notes, and it's kind of funny. No, that's kind of a joke.
I know it is,
but seriously,
but it's
I mean,
true.
you
right.
are right, and it's funny that you do need all that stuff, but you really do, and again, having that in place now before you do end up, because what if you start let's just say a dog walking business. Sounds funny, but
it's a good business.
It's a big business,
That's right.
A dog walking company, okay? all of a sudden your business explodes overnight and you need to go and hire 2 or 3 people. Now what? Now you got to get all this stuff in place when you could have already had it in place, and now you're just rocking and rolling.
Right.
So there's just tons. I just posted on my Facebook page, the CEO Matrix Facebook page. I put up 17 business ideas, little things like that, because I think people are going to be looking for that right now, because they are. I know when I'm sitting at home, either way back in the day before I started A&D Designs, your wheels are spinning and you're thinking, okay, what can I do? What can I do? Because once you're an entrepreneur, there's no going back.
Yeah.
You're never going to go work for
And
somebody.
there are a lot of people, like you said, that for whatever reason, because of COVID, got laid off, lost their jobs, were eliminated, and a lot of them decided, I'm not going back to that corporate lifestyle.
No,
I want to start my own and have control of my life.
And that's it. And I mean, here's another amazing, tremendous. No matter which way you look at it, it could be a devastating thing or it could be a positive thing. The teacher situation.
Yeah.
You got a lot of teachers right now that are saying, "No, I'm done." So what's going to happen? Are they going to go start their own little schools, their own little teacher? In a classroom of this size of this building with 10 children in there, and it's their own business, and they're making money off of each, think about that. That could be a big business.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some lights turning on, and we just want to be there to help them out and make sure they're pointed in the right direction, because there are a lot of people that put the word CEO on their card and they're not a CEO.
No, you're right. Well, tell everybody, if they want more information from you, how can they get a hold of you?
The easiest way to get a hold of me is on my cell phone. That has never changed in many, many years. It's 702-557-0404, 702-557-0404. Website is theceomatrixlv.com, and that's theceomatrix.com. LV.com.
LV.com. And they can also find you on Facebook, of course.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Just, just Google Tony Ferriera, Ferriera. I'm all over the place.
IERA.
Yeah,
You got to get the extra I in there.
Yeah, that's right. That's the crazy way.
So you've been in Vegas for 15 years now.
Yeah. Yep.
And I know you're a big biker, not motorcycle biker, bicycle.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah,
are a
man,
mountain
I'm telling
biker,
you
aren't
what,
you?
I just rode 14 miles yesterday.
I saw some pictures on Facebook of someplace you were at.
Just recently?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Ducky Tree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where is that?
That's where I go is out there off of 160. It's the late night trail system. So it's about a half mile or a quarter mile, 3/4 of a mile past that Chevron station.
On Blue Diamond.
On Blue Diamond. You go out there and there's a little parking lot out there called the late night trail system. And there's probably, I don't know. I mean, I rode 5 trails yesterday.
Wow.
And they're like 2-mile trails or so, and that you connect them all together.
That's cool. That's Chevron. Everyone knows the chevrons. Blue Diamond and Rainbow, right?
Yeah. No. Blue Diamond and that turn off to go to the town of Blue Diamond. Like you're going to go through Red Rock.
Okay. Yeah.
Except you just keep going straight.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
It's out there all by itself.
Yeah.
It's fun. I mean, I don't know. I totally got addicted to it, and I've lost like 30 pounds. I contribute a lot of my health to my biking. I mean,
How many miles of bicycle trails would you say there are in Clark County? Do you have any idea?
probably hundreds.
People
of
don't
thousands.
realice that don't live here.
There's a lot.
How much bicycle and hiking trails we
there's
have in
tons.
Clark County.
There's tons.
Yeah.
I mean, just
It's in the hundreds of miles, isn't it?
Oh, easy. More.
Yeah.
More. I mean, there's a app called Trail Forks, and you open that thing up, and they're all GPS. You can't get lost. That's the great thing about it, is you cannot get lost.
That's cool.
You just pull your phone out, and it'll tell you, hey, you're supposed to go this way.
What are some of the other things you like doing outdoors?
During the summertime, it's great. Not great, but COVID was devastating for a lot of people. With us, what we did was we said, you know what, we're not going to stop living. We went out and bought a jet ski, and we started jet skiing, which we did in California a lot. So when we moved out here, we missed it, obviously. We were just work, and then COVID hit, and obviously it slowed everybody down. We went out and bought a 3-seater jet ski and a trailer, and we were going out to Cottonwood Cove out there, and pretty much there was people out there, but it wasn't a lot.
No.
And oh man, we had our own private cove. We were social distancing at the best, and you
You ever go down to Willow Beach?
we drove down there. It's not as it's not as big as
No. Okay.
for skiing.
Lake
anyway.
Mead's where you prefer.
Cottonwood Cove.
Where is Cottonwood Cove then? Isn't
Out
that
at
part of Lake Mead?
Searchlight.
Oh, in Searchlight.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
see, now the Lake Mead people are going out there because the lake is low.
Yeah.
So they're finding it now. The last couple times we went out there, there's some big boats out there now.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. Hopefully Lake Mead will get some water. They need some water.
Yeah, they do. 'Cause we went out to Willow Beach and rented.
Yeah.
What do you call skidoos? What do you call those?
Oh,
things?
Sea-Doos, yeah.
Sea-Doos,
Oh,
yeah.
there you go, yeah.
And it's fun.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, some of those things got some power,
Yeah.
And even if you don't go out and even if you don't maybe take one ride, it doesn't matter. It's just being out there, being outdoors. I mean, it's great for the mind. I mean, people. I know people. A lot of people started to get outside because of COVID, which is great. It reintroduced us to
Outdoors.
the great outdoors.
And I talk about this a lot in the show because people don't realize how many great outdoor activities we have out here.
It's just hot.
It's hot
in the
Look,
summertime.
in July and August. You don't want to be hiking certain areas, but you know what? Go hike Mount Charleston, where it's 30 degrees cooler.
Yeah, and boy, did you hear this morning about the Mount Charleston's the cabins up there burned to ground?
By the lodge?
Yeah, the lodge is gone.
You're kidding.
No.
That's one of the reasons I used to go up there.
Yeah, it's gone.
Completely. Was it arson?
I don't know yet. I mean, it just happened this morning.
Oh man,
Yeah, it was
I
all
did not hear
golf
that.
and flames.
That's a
Yeah,
shame.
it's terrible.
That is a shame.
But beautiful place. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right. Mount Charleston is a great place to get away from the heat. And if you're like what I do, I haven't stopped riding all year. I go out early.
Yeah.
Just get out before the heat. And
That's
get
the
your ride
key.
in,
Because we're at the beginning of the time zone. It's light at 4:30 in the morning on
Yeah,
June
just
21st.
go. Yeah,
It's
just go.
4:30 is light,
Yeah.
and it's tolerable then. You wait till 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
it's a little more difficult.
You're up where I go at that time of the day. You're already starting to hit the 90s,
Yeah.
So, but I've ridden where there was snow on the ground, and
Oh,
I mean, it's just fun. I mean, for me, health wise,
Yeah.
I had that heart attack in 2017. So for me, being healthy is very important. So once I introduced myself to the mountain bike, and realized that it was helping my heart, my lungs, and my arteries, and I just kept going, and I haven't stopped. And
No,
it's been
that's
beautiful.
great. That's great because I've seen the difference in your health. You
Yeah,
look
big
great.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, it got me off the blood pressure pills and all that stuff. So
Well, speaking of healthy, how about some any unhealthy things you do out here? Any favorite restaurants? You like to eat unhealthy food at?
I mean, there's a lot of that
There
right
is,
now.
isn't there?
I mean, the restaurants here are beautiful, but you know what? You can have some fun. I'll tell you, one of my favorites right now is Skinny Fats.
Yep.
Even though it might not be the unhealthy, it's still unhealthy. You can do both. You could do the healthy or the unhealthy. But Skinny Fats, there's one in downtown Summerlin, and then I mean they're all over, but they're food and they feed you. They feed you.
They're very
yeah.
good. The other place, I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian. Probably I should be because healthy for you. But if you haven't been to Vegan Nation,
Oh wow.
downtown, they actually have two, but one I go to is downtown. Everything is vegan.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, you would never know. I've had their vegan meatballs. I've had their
Oh,
vegan
wow.
tacos. I've had all their and it's but you'd never know it. I got a friend of mine when he comes in from Detroit for the furniture show. That's the place he always wants me to take him. I took him once. He hasn't stopped talking about it.
Wow.
Food is great and reasonably priced. And it's downtown, which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so much to do for.
I'll tell you what. Again, going back to COVID, what made it so beautiful for us is like my wife and I, and you've probably seen this on Facebook. We've been married 31 years, so that's a lot. So what we do to keep everything going and lively is every Friday night we do Friday night date night. We shut everything down. Being an entrepreneur or business owner, you work. So Friday nights we shut it down and we always go out and do something. And with COVID, with the restaurants the way they were, it created this outdoor experience. And I'll tell you, there's a couple hidden gems in this town that is amazing.
Tell us.
You probably know them. One is Red Rocks Cafe. You tell them you want to eat outside, and there's a table out there that's all the way up front that overlooks the pool.
Oh,
Beautiful.
nice.
Nice. Prices are great.
Yep.
Food's good. They just changed the name to like Lucky Penny or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
But it's-
yeah.
But it's really good. The other one, if you want to step up a little bit, is Hawthorne in the
we
Ram-
go
in
there. We
JW
go there for
Marriott.
happy hour.
Whew, boy, I'll tell you.
It's
Beautiful.
a great. First of all, the happy
Outside.
hour's priced right.
Outside's beautiful.
Outside's best.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, that scenery for the prices of, I mean, it's a steakhouse, so you can get expensive if you want.
But
if you go happy
Happy
hour, like you
hour's
said,
fantastic,
yeah.
man. And
Jay's good too.
Jay's very good.
Yeah.
We went to Hawthorne when they first reopened, whenever it was. It was in the middle of the summer. It was hot. And we thought, you know what? We didn't care. We
Don't
sat
care.
outside.
You got the
We
waterfalls
still sat
and
outside.
the fish.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
It really is.
Yeah. You can walk around there. It's a that's a hidden gem, I think. You
Yeah.
know? I mean, a lot of people that have been here for a while know, but if you're new, that's a great
No,
place.
it's in the Rampart, or the JW Marriott
That's
on the
it.
Rampart in Summerlin. There are a lot of great restaurants, and there are a lot of great outdoor restaurants where you
Yeah.
can eat in or out. But
Yeah.
Here in town, whenever I can eat outside, I love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Forget
me too.
COVID.
Same here.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
matter with COVID.
And
Before
the heat.
COVID.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
nighttime when the sun goes down. It's beautiful here. I mean,
That's the other thing people don't realize. When the sun goes down, the temperature drops dramatically. Or
Yeah,
if you're out and about, just go stand in the shade, you
Yeah.
feel the difference.
that's it. I mean, it's gorgeous when you're sitting outside in some of these places. There's Americana and Desert
Yep.
Shores. That's beautiful.
Yep.
Lake Las Vegas has a couple really good
no,
spots.
it's- There's a lot of good
great.
outdoor eateries. No doubt.
No,
about it.
yeah,
You
there's
got a
no-
favorite show you like to go see?
No, well, I'm really not a big show guy. Really haven't. To be honest with you, it's just not my thing.
Yeah, we haven't gone in a while, but there are some great shows out
Oh
here.
yeah,
And there's a lot-
there are.
And even in the suburbs, you go to some of these local bars.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sometimes no cover at all, or $10. You see
Yeah.
some great entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of these folks should be on the strip, but
That's
they can't get a
right.
room for them, so they're
Yeah.
out in the suburbs.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man, I'm really thrilled that you had the time to come by and talk.
Oh,
with
really?
Me, man,
That's
because
awesome.
It's you're one of the I've known you probably as long as most people I've known in this town.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I had you on my show
That's
and now you
right.
come on mine. So
Yeah.
this is great. Being on this side is kind of interesting. It really is.
Well, one more time, let everybody know how they can get a hold of you. Give me your cell number again.
Absolutely. My name again is Tony Ferriera. My cell number is 702-557-0404. 702-557-0404.
Fantastic. Well, listen, Tony, thank you again. I appreciate it. Stay safe out there.
Yeah, you too, man.
Good luck with the
Appreciate
new business, and I
got
will
it.
see you around town
Yeah, you
networking.
certainly will.
Be safe, everybody. And go Raiders. Go
Yeah, there you
UNLV.
go. Let's go.
And we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.